In this video, I will present a short overview of the Scottsdale Civic Center renovation project, the Scottsdale referenced here being Scottsdale, Arizona. We will cover the basic points and history of the project first. Then we will delve into the various aspects of the renovation with a look at the goals of the design team. Lastly, I will present an overview of the individual design areas with an eye towards showing what the proposed changes and improvements will entail. The entire project is scheduled to be completed by January of 2023, with the possibility of some areas opening to the public earlier if completed ahead of schedule. On November 5, 2019, the voters of Scottsdale approved funding for a series of projects including the renovation of the Civic Center Mall area. The goal of the Civic Center renovation was the replacement of aging infrastructure as well as the upgrading of the various event spaces with an overall concept of giving the entire mall area a more unified and modern look. Among the upgrades would be 2 new permanent stages with the infrastructure necessary to support the lighting, sound systems, and electrical requirements associated with a modern performance venue. Also included in the upgrades to the Civic Center Mall complex would be the establishment of free Wi-Fi for the area. Broader design goals included improvements to the area that would bring about structural changes allowing for greater compliance with the American Disabilities Act, thus providing better access for those with special needs. The new design concept in its entirety will link the various mall zones together with a unified thematic flow as you transverse the Civic Center Mall area from Brown on the west to 75th Street on the east, a distance of about 475 yards or 435 meters, a bit over a quarter of a mile as the crow flies. Another important design consideration was the reduction of water usage within the Civic Center Mall complex. The renovation project is estimated to save about 6 million gallons of water per year, an important goal when faced with a future where the water resources of the southwestern United States are coming under increasing pressure. Let's now take a look at the 5 event areas the design team singled out. In this graphic, we can see the 5 event areas. Moving from west to east across the Civic Center Mall complex, we start with the West Paseo, the entrance to the mall area off the intersection of Main Street and Brown Avenue. Next, we have the West Bowl, the first open area encountered when entering into the Central Plaza area. To the east of the West Bowl, we have the Civic Lawn space. Just east of the Civic Lawn lies the design team's designated social hub area. Lastly, we have the East Bowl area, which backs up to North 75th Street. Let's start our look at the individual design areas with a look at the West Paseo. The West Paseo is the entryway into the Civic Center Mall complex out of Old Town, Scottsdale. One of the fundamental changes to the West Paseo will be the grading of the presently elevated and somewhat undulating terrain down to street level to match the surrounding parking lots in the entrance area off the intersection of Brown and Main. This is designed to provide better handicap access as well as creating more space for event venues in the form of small tents or booths. The large banyan tree that sits at the entrance to the West Paseo area will be preserved and remain as we see it today. The large eucalyptus tree near the restroom will also be preserved. The renovated area will include a small informal stage near the entrance set in a grove of date palm trees. Once the renovation is completed, the Winfield Scott statue will return to the area and be placed just across from the History Museum close to its previous location. The yearling statue will return to the area and be placed as shown here near the Old Town Tavern. The small parking lot extension that lay to the west of the museum will become the schoolyard, an area for informal gatherings and presentations. The museum, which itself is elevated, will have steps up the front with side ramps for handicap access. The existing restroom will be renovated, not only to upgrade the aging facility, but to bring it in line with the new look of the renovated West Paseo area. In these presentation sketches, we can get a good idea of what the renovated West Paseo area will look like when completed. The next design area we come to as we move east is the West Bowl and its associated Marshall Gardens. You enter the West Bowl from the West Paseo via the Gateway Plaza. One of the big changes to the West Bowl area will be the addition of a new 360-degree stage structure that will be shared with the Civic Lawn area. The group of trees that presently stand in the area in front of AZ 88 will be preserved and enhanced, the design team's patio forest. The redesigned Marshall Gardens area, with its new botanic desert landscapes, will provide opportunities for photographers, small weddings, and casual relaxed seating. The newly renovated West Bowl design area can be seen in this series of sketches and graphics. The Civic Lawn design area lies just to the east of the West Bowl. It shares the new 360-degree central stage with the West Bowl area. A new Botanic Gardens area will feature the flora of the Arizona Sonoran Desert, as well as interesting plants from around the world, providing educational opportunities as well as areas of informal seating. The Love statue will be relocated here on the eastern side of the Civic Lawn as shown in this graphic. The lagoon in front of City Hall will be reduced in size roughly by half to help minimize the water usage in the plaza area. The graphics shown here give an idea of how the lagoon will be reduced in size. In this series of sketches and graphics, we can see how the newly renovated Civic Lawn area will look. The Social Hub, the next design area moving east, ties the Civic Lawn to the East Bowl. The Social Hub includes the Water and Fog Plaza, the Grove, the Children's Garden, and the Civic Alley. The Civic Alley provides a visual connection from the Civic Lawn to the East Bowl. The Water and Fog Plaza will include the new restroom facility, which replaces the former bunker restroom. The Grove will be an informal gathering space with picnic tables and small social tables. The children's garden will act as an extension of the library, providing not only opportunities for educational activities, but an area for children to gather and interact in a playful environment. In this series of graphics, we can see the look and feel of the new social hub area. The East Bowl is the final design area of the Civic Center Mall complex, lying at the east end along North 75th Street. The main feature of the East Bowl area will be the new stage facility. The new stage area will provide lighting and sound infrastructure, enabling a quality entertainment experience. The structure of the canopy of the stage is designed in such a fashion as to facilitate the channeling of any rainwater to the adjacent bioswales, which act as catchment basins for water runoff. These catchment basins will help provide water to the trees adjacent to the stage area. The East Bowl area will also feature desert gardens which replace the more water-intensive turf areas. In this series of graphics, we can get an idea of how the new East Bowl area will look at various hours of the day. This wraps up our look at the Scottsdale Civic Center Mall area renovation project. The project is scheduled to be completed by January of 2023. Some areas may be open to the public ahead of the deadline if completed ahead of schedule. If you would like to learn more about this project, you can view the City of Scottsdale's presentation at this URL. I am not associated with the government of the City of Scottsdale. I have created the videos presented here to give context to the renovation project, acting as an interested citizen. I plan to document the process of the Civic Center renovation with a series of videos presented here on my Black Rider Films Odds and Ends YouTube channel over the coming 15 months ahead. I am looking forward to visiting the newly renovated Civic Center Mall area when it is completed.